You know what today is. Today's Motivational Monday, baby. Let me talk to you today about a great analogy that Jesus talks about in the Bible, and it really holds true for today. Probably holds true in a lot of you business owners out there who are going through very tough times. Jesus gave an analogy of two different house foundations. The first one was built upon the sand. The second one was built upon the rock. The first one, when storms would come, it would blow down the house. It would wash away the foundation. Everything would fall, and they'd have to start all over again, and just everything was destroyed. But then he said, I want you to be built upon the rock, because when the storms would come and beat upon the house, it would still stand after the storms left. What's going on in your business a lot of times, how you handle it and how you're standing afterwards says a lot about what you're built on. Some of you may not even be built upon the rock yet, but you need to start focusing on being like a rock. You need to start focusing on when tough times comes. And let's just say, for instance, rain. You know, it was supposed to rain 3 out of the 5 days this week in the middle of the week. Now, it did rain here and there, but it didn't rain. And oftentimes, you know, that storm is coming against you, and you're all bent out of shape. You're all jacked up. You're all, something goes, you lose a customer. Life sucks. I'm gonna die. And if you're falling apart over every single little thing that happens to you, you're not built upon the rock. And if you're gonna succeed and have longevity in this business, you're gonna have to be able to blow some stuff off. You're gonna have to be a strong rock for your family. As a man, you're gonna have to be a strong rock for your business. I mean, if everything around you is falling apart and you're falling apart, it's over, man. You know, I want you to be built upon the rock. That's why this Motivational Monday, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, you know, what are you going to do if it's raining three days? Honestly, what are you going to do? Let's just sit and think. I mean, so it rains 3 days. There's nothing you can do. Just chill out. You know, if you're caught up with your maintenance on your mowers and stuff, relax, man. There's nothing you can do. So don't fall apart. Don't ruin your days. You know, it just says a lot of, I really don't like people around me who fall apart over every little thing, because they become, you know, life sucks. Like, no, life doesn't suck. It's just your mentality sucks. It's your ability to handle stuff. I mean, if you realize that if you have radar on your phone, most of you guys have radar on your phone, you understand that when that storm is coming and then it's on you and then it leaves, there's a period coming where that storm is going to leave. There's a period of time coming where it's not going to be as bad as it is right now. You just have to get through the storm. You have to realize that you're going through it, but when it leaves you, you're going to be all right. So when you get back mowing, you're going to get caught up. Oh, I don't know if I'll get caught up. What's the worst thing that's ever going to happen to you? You're going to lose a customer because you didn't get there because it rained. Now, have I lost customers because of that? Sure. We had a hurricane come up through here, and we lost a whole week. And I had a customer actually, well, you weren't here last week. Well, a hurricane went through here. What'd you want me to do? You've seen what it did to New Jersey. I mean, what'd you want us to do? And she's like, I just don't think you're reliable. Well, she went somewhere else. You get another customer. It's not that big of a deal. Is the work a little bit harder? Sure, it's a little harder. But you can't fall apart all the time as a business owner. You have to be like a rock, man. You have to be built upon that rock. That same rock that Jesus was talking about in those verses. He was describing people's houses being blown away because they weren't built on solid foundations. If you want to own a business and have longevity, you're going to have to put up with some terrible times, some terrible customers, some terrible things, and you got to be able to stand tall in the face of that adversity, and you have to be able to withstand it. This is why Motivational Monday's here. It's not only to motivate you, but just to get you through these tough times. It's supposed to rain this week. Guys, don't get down. You know, I was watching Top Notch video. I like the way he's handling his mower breaking down. He blew the engine out. You know what? He's just handling. He's finding ways around it. He's not falling over. He's not, oh man, my life sucks. My business is done. It's as it. I'm tired of it. Listen, you'll never get anywhere like that. You'll never be on the top of the mountain if every time you slip down a little bit, you say, oh, I took 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You know, you're never going to get up to that top side. You got to push through that stuff. You got to make it through this stuff. It's not that big of a deal. It's only a small season. I always say this. You're not as important as you think you are to your customer. I can prove it to you right now. I can prove it to you right here on Motivational Monday. Johnny Mo is going to prove it to you. You think that your customers are like, if you were to die right now, you took your last breath right now, heart stop, boom, you collapse, you're done. They would say, you know what, I miss him, but they'd have someone else cutting their grass the next day. The realization of just that fact right there lets you know that everything's going to be okay. If your heart stops beating right now, that's a serious event. Missing, 3-4 days of rain, it's happened to us quite a bit over the years. I got to be honest with you. In the beginning, I sucked at it. Now it's just like, we're going to make it through it. It's going to be all right. Last week, I had all my equipment break. All my equipment was vapor locking. And because I'm built on the rock, because I understand I've been through some things, and I want to teach you young guys on this Motivational Monday that, you know what, it's going to be all right. You're going to get through this stuff. I was watching B&B's video, and he got bit by a dog. That's a pretty serious event. But he's not falling apart. He's getting back up. He said, you know what, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to try to stand around. I'm going to try to do some trimming. I'm going to do what I got to do. That's a person right there that's going to make it in this business. If you don't have that, and you want to fall apart, and the first thing, I'm going to sue him. I'm going to sue him. I'm going to sue him. Well, guess what? Sure, you probably get some money out of that deal. But if you're that person, I'll guarantee you it's going to be a long, hard road. You have to, if you're going to own in this type of business, you're going to have to be built upon the rock. You're going to have to be like a rock. When tough times come, you're going to have to be that person. What are you made of? Are you steady? Your eyes clear? Do you have purpose in your walk? Are you quick and light? Do you have purpose in your walk?